Even the most beautifully decorated room is so much more welcoming and inviting when the sun is shining in. Light is life. We're attracted to it inherently. That our animals are, and so are we. And so we can use this to our advantage. If there's an activity that we're trying to encourage and support, uh, you know, my grandmother always said breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And so if you want to have more than just a quick cup of coffee, in the morning, if you want to take time, to actually have a nutritious meal to fuel your body up for the day, because if you just have coffee and an energy bar, you just quick grab every morning, you can do fine for a few years, especially when the body's young. So if we can put the kitchen, sort of in the east, so it gets morning sun that comes in, it's going to be that space is going to be more welcoming, and you're going to just naturally be drawn to go spend a few minutes in your kitchen in the morning. And that gives you opportunity to, rather than just grab a coffee and an energy bar, I'm actually going to, cook an egg, or I'm going to make a smoothie or a green drink, or do something that's a little bit more nutritious for yourself. If the space is welcoming and inviting, then it encourages you to spend 10 minutes there. Whereas if it's not inviting, you want to get out of there as fast as possible and get on with your day. So we can use this for any aspect of our life. If a hurdle that people often have a challenge is keeping up with their exercise goals. Everyone sets New Year's resolutions. Oh, I'm going to exercise now. And then, it's hard to follow through, just close the door. But if it's in a nice space where whatever you're doing for activity is right in front of a sunny window, well, it just welcomes you in, and you can just step over there for 5 minutes and do a quick, a few exercises. Choose a physical movement activity that you enjoy doing, maybe dance or something, so it's not a chore. And then put it in a space that's architecturally inviting. You're working with the sun, having that, connection to nature, but also that instinctual, going after the light. You may be twice as productive in half the time just by changing your environment. So that's the sunny window effect. So I
Mm.
I, I would invite anyone to think about that, about how they could put that to work for them to their advantage.